Coming up on your News 20 at 5, find out why more women in Florida are registering for concealed weapons.
Do you get your car's oil changed every 3,000 miles? Coming up, we'll focus on why that might be too soon.
I'm Sequoia Powell. The holiday season is near, and we'll show you ways to prevent holiday house fires.
And falling cranes out the skies. A scare to citizens in Australia, we have the details. And in sports, we have the latest in scores and highlights. Your News 20 at 5 starts right now.
Women have begun to carry more guns. Good evening, I'm Ashley Doss.
And I'm Olivia Smith. A study shows that women have begun to equip themselves with firearms to protect themselves from harm here in Tallahassee. That's tonight's top story.
The numbers of women in Florida are starting to pack more heat. News 20 at 5 reporter SEMY has been following this story. She joins us live with the latest.
Women in Florida are not playing games when it comes to self-defense. In Florida, women are showing a high interest in registering for concealed weapons. Statistics are showing that women in Florida are fighting back. According to the Florida Department of Agriculture, since 2004, the number of registered women with concealed weapons has nearly quadrupled. Jerry Engel, who has an 8th degree black belt, says that women are becoming more aware.
In fact, I talked to a gentleman yesterday that teaches concealed weapons classes, and he said his classes are full and they're mostly women. So I think they're just more aware that they have the abilities to defend themselves if they get out and they learn how.
In Florida, the numbers of concealed weapon license applications has also been on the rise. In 1999 through 2000, the number of applications were roughly 29,000. Now, the numbers are nearly 152,000. As the numbers continue to increase, some women are finding it interesting that there aren't more women signing up. Preston is a registered gun holder and is not surprised of the rising numbers of women signing up. For her, it's about safety.
Somebody broke into my house a couple months before I got my gun, so that kind of just put it like, yeah, let me go ahead and get it. And then once I got the gun, I was like, well, I need to make sure I get a permit for it so I can carry it, whatever I need to do for it.
In today's society, Jerry Engel feels that women are just becoming more aware of their surroundings. Women in Florida make up 20% of registered concealed weapons, and men make up 80%. I'm SEMY reporting live in the studio for News 20 at 5.
Thanks, Essie. A house fire to the plantations at Pine Lake Apartments leave residents without a home and $1 million in damage. The two-story apartment fire was made this morning at 4:30. On arrival, the apartment in Building 9 was already in flames.
I woke up to a young lady beating on my window, screaming fire. First thought was, why is this person beating on my door? And then I guess I got a little more rational and panic set in. Then, the family starts getting up. Everybody's just hustling around the house, kind of panic mode. Go outside and there are 20-foot flames shooting out of the top of the apartment complex.
A total of 23 residents have been displaced due to the fire. The American Red Cross have been working with the occupants of the apartment fire. The Red Cross plans to place the victims in hotels. Most auto mechanics recommend oil changes every 3,000 miles. News 20 at 5 reporter Hannah Carroll joins us live to tell us why this may not be necessary. Hannah?
The 3,000-mile oil change has been stressed to everyone that drives an automobile. But with technology these days, even motor companies say that changing oil that often is too much. Many automobile owners get their car's oil changed every 3,000 miles, just as the mechanics recommend. But this long-held notion may not be accurate anymore. Auto mechanic Hugh Johnson still says 3,000 is the number.
We recommend the oil change every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Under normal driving conditions, like just around town and stuff like that, you can, probably get up to 3,000 or 5,000 without having any problems.
Ben Grant, a technician at Tire Town and Mufflers, says if it's been too long since the last oil change, the car will suffer.
what happens is these people, they go the recommended amount from the dealer on the oil changes, and then, it comes back later on down the road.
It's hard to know what's best for each vehicle, but checking manufacturer guidelines is a good way to learn more. Auto mechanics still recommend oil changes every 3,000 miles, even though the car manufacturers say it can wait. Mechanics say if you go past the 3,000 miles at the tip of this, will get filled with oil sludge. Not everyone agrees with getting oil changes that often. Sam Ward changes the oils in his vehicles much less than recommended.
In my diesel trucks, which I have a diesel truck that has 450,000 miles, and I've probably changed it 5-6 times in that truck over its life, and it's still running fine.
Ward has worked with oil and knows how it breaks down. He said it can last much longer than they say.
The truth is, every 15 to 25,000 miles, you're in good shape.
The mechanics I spoke with today stand by that number regardless of manufacturer recommendations. If you want to find out the recommended mileage on oil changes for your vehicle, you can go to checkyournumber.org. Live in the Multimedia Newsroom, I'm Hannah Carroll for News 20 at 5.
Thank you, Hannah. World AIDS Day comes to FAMU as a part of a week-long event. Tonight in the Grand Ballroom, HIV and AIDS activist Cheryl Lee Ralph will speak. This effort is in conjunction with the Leon County Health Department and FAMU.
HIV infection has been a serious medical problem for a lot of people for a long time. Partly, I think it's been as serious as it is because it's transmitted through sexual contact, and so a lot of times we don't want to talk about it, and it's real uncomfortable discussions, and so we've not liked to discuss it, and unfortunately the disease is spread.
World AIDS Day is held December 1st worldwide. This initiative looks to unite the fight against HIV. Tomorrow will feature the Strike to Zero panel discussion. The event starts 7 p.m. in FAMU's Al Lawson Center.
Abortion rates have dropped 5% since 2009. The CDC says more contraceptive use contributed to the decreased numbers. The decline is the largest in 1 year since 2000. The CDC's put out its annual abortion report for 2009, which is the latest update on abortion numbers.
Florida residents will have the opportunity to voice their opinion. From now till December 14th, Floridians can vote for Florida's new license plate. These new license plates look to increase readability for officials.
On behalf of ensuring safety, I feel that it's a good idea if that's the main purpose of it. But I feel that that isn't the primary focus. That shouldn't be the primary focus of ensuring safety. There are many other things that are dangerous to people nowadays other than license plates, and it does cost money to replace license plates and stuff like that. So
Florida residents can vote online and vote for FloridaTag.com. These new plates will provide highway safety and security.
Now that Thanksgiving is over, the holiday season has officially begun, and Tallahassee residents are starting to decorate their homes for Christmas. News 20 at 5 reporter Sequoia Powell joins us with ways to prevent holiday house fires. Sequoia, what are residents doing to keep them and their homes safe?
Well, Olivia, some residents in Tallahassee are choosing wisely when it comes to their indoor and outdoor lights. Christmas trees, lights, singing reindeer, and Santa Claus hanging from the roof are just some of the things you might see as you drive down the street this holiday season. But for many Tallahassee residents, their main concern is not only how their decorations look, but the safety of their homes. Ralph Esposito, owner of Esposito, says his company is urging its customers to buy LED lights.
Subsequently, they put out no heat, and so the chances of a Christmas tree catching on fire because the lights are too hot is non-existent. They're very safe. And that's what we're pushing people into this year is the LEDs.
Many companies like the Ace Hardware Corporation urges consumers to follow the directions in their packages in order to reduce the risk of fire and electrical shock when placing lights on a tree or home. Research shows LED lights are 80% more energy efficient and can last up to 50,000 hours. The LED light is also child-friendly. Like the one here next to me, they're made out of plastic instead of glass, which reduces the heat and allows the bulb to be cool to touch. Jeff True, a local Christmas lover, says he agrees 100% and has been working hard on making his home one of the best and safest on the block.
They don't burn up, or they don't get as hot as the regular light bulbs, and especially when you have a tree in your house and it's loaded up with lights like mine is, it's a danger, so the LEDs really help.
Tallahassee Fire Department officials say last year alone they were called to over 40 different house fires during the holiday season. They battled 39 the year before. The fire department is also hosting their Keep the Wreath Green again this year in hopes to prevent less holiday house fires. The green bulbs on the wreath at Dorothy B. Oven Park represent homes in Tallahassee. If a house fire occurs during the holiday season, a green bulb will then be replaced with a red one. Live in the studio, I'm Sequoia Powell for News 20 at 5.
Coming up on News 20 at 5, a crane crashes into a building as a regular workday turned chaotic.
Also, as one building crashes, another is built, but not in your traditional fashion. Find out what's being constructed to light up the skies for the holidays.
Plus later, more drama on Sesame Street and more importantly, who's working on it as another is arrested in the latest scandal. Stay tuned, you're watching News 20 at 5.